Hey folks, Jerry here. This rest area that I'm at is a perfect place for us to talk about a subject that has really been on my mind for a long time, but I haven't said anything yet, but now that I see all these signs up, it's time to talk about it. So let's go right here. Here's what it says, folks. If you're a truck driver, avoid the fine and don't idle your truck, okay? Now guys, I can understand if it's unnecessary idle time, or if you could cut it off for a while, or you're inside a place, you know, excessive waste, let him go by. Excessive waste is never a good thing. But this whole thing about this idling on trucks now, this has got beyond just trying to cut down on waste. This has got to the point where this is inhumane, and it's got to the point where it's actually sickening, in my opinion, okay? So let's take a look around right here, and I want to show you some of the signs that they got up. And again, halfway up this thing, what you see in my new Skechers I got, lovely, aren't they? I love Skechers shoes. Avoid the idle, the fine, don't idle. Turn your engine off.org, okay? So I'm heading on up to the rest area here, and I want to show you what they have profoundly put up for the truck drivers here. And they mean every word of it too, okay? Which, by the way, there's supposed to be a heat advisory today. It's supposed to get very hot. You know these guys are going to get hot in these trucks. You know, what if you've been driving all night long because something had to be there overnight? You know, and now you're supposed to rest. How you going to do that, guys? Because look at this. Washington, D.C. You've got 3 minutes to idle your truck once you pull the park brake, or you get a $1,000 fine. You can do it for 5 minutes if the temperature is below 32 degrees. Well, how lovely. They'll at least let you crank it up for 5 minutes, guys, just long enough to get it lukewarm in there so the numbness out of your fingers goes away, okay? 5 minutes in Maryland, or up to a $500 fine. Traffic conditions and mechanical difficulties could be an exemption. I guess mechanical difficulties would be if you shut your engine off, it won't crank back up because your starter's going down maybe or something, but you see what I'm saying. Now, it does say that auxiliary power equipment is allowed, but guys, not everybody's got that. The auxiliary power equipment in these trucks are junk. They don't do a good job. If it's real hot out here, even if you do have an auxiliary alternative power source, it don't do all that good. Now, here we go. Here's Virginia, which I'm a resident of now. Not in Florida no more. 10 minutes is what you've got. Up to a $25,000 fine, folks, for more than 10 minutes. Okay? So that means if it's 110 degrees out here and you've worked all night long, you just suffer, you idiot. Just go on ahead and lay in the sweltering heat. And you do that for the sake of the environment and all the squirrels that need your help in the woods, okay? But anyway, if you take a look, it's everywhere here. You got it again here. Avoid the fine, don't idle. Turn your engine off.org, okay? So I'm going to go to the bottom down here, and we're going to talk about this just for a minute and make a comparison of some things that I'm going to compare this to, okay? Now, they're going to tell you right here that you got assistance if you need it here. This rest area is patrolled by the state police. And people, remember right there to dial that number and crush crime if you see a truck driver kid trying to keep warm or trying to keep a little cool after working all night long in this sweltering heat. Make sure that dummy sits back there in the sweltering heat and gets no relief whatsoever. And if he doesn't do that, you call this number and the thought police will come. Crush crime? Yeah. I'd like to crush crime a lot. I'd like to see the people who makes these bills up, the true criminals, I'd like to see them crushed. These same people that makes these bills up and makes these laws up, guys, are the same people that gets on board jet airplanes, okay, and wastes thousands of dollars of fuel just to go to an island somewhere so that they can have them a big party, okay? And they do it all the time. The Nancy Pelosi type people. You know, they waste thousands of dollars in jet fuel, but, you know, if I want to keep warm a little bit of the nighttime in the winter, or if I want to keep cool here because I've worked all night long, I can't do it. You just suffer, you big dummy, in that truck. Don't you be idling, and if you do, we'll hand you a fine that'll break you up. Virginia, $25,000. That would totally ruin me, guys. It would be over with. They would take my license away from me and everything. So now let me ask you a question. With this in mind, you compare what that we're talking about right here to the laws and the mentality that they have about the welfare system. They're giving the people on welfare right now air conditioners, guys. I have seen them hand out certificates to go get air conditioners. They hand them a free ride on their electric bill. They state that if you've got, it's inhumanitarian to allow a person right there that's on the state of welfare to let them suffer in the heat or to let them freeze to death. And it is our duty, our sworn duty, folks, to see to it that the welfare class of people don't suffer because they need heat or air conditioning. Matter of fact, we'll even give them an AC. We'll give them a certificate. Let them go to Walmart and let them get an air conditioner. Or we'll hand them a subsidiary to pay part of their electric bill or all of it, just so they can stay comfortable in the warmth in the wintertime and in the cool of the summer. So that's the mentality that the public is supposed to have about the welfare class of people. But this is the mentality that we're supposed to have about a truck driver that works 70 hours a week. Okay? And if we don't have that mentality, you know, it's wrong. Us truck drivers are doing people wrong by not sweating it out here all day long in a truck after driving all night long. You know, and if you try to get a little bit of AC going there, you stupid idiot, we're going to fine you for it. $25,000 in Virginia, folks. In the communist wealth. Notice I said communist wealth, too. Okay? So you can see, and then they wonder why, guys. They wonder why that it is that nobody don't want to work these days. Why does people have jobs available to them and they don't want to work? Well, the answer to it is stuff like this. You make it difficult, if not impossible, on the working man, and then you turn around and you give air conditioners away to people who just sit at home and do nothing. I have absolutely no sympathy whatsoever, folks, for people that won't work, okay? And this, in my opinion, is a slap in the face to the hard-working truck drivers that there is in the United States of America. It's a slap in the face, people. There's no other way around it. Here we go there, folks. Rate your experience, truck drivers, which this is a truck driver-only rest area. The regular rest area is just down the road, but rate your experience here. Well, I would say, based on what that you have showed me and what you have told me that I'm supposed to do, and you respect people on welfare more than you do me, I'd say the rate, my experience right there, goes about as far as it sucks out to ASS, okay? Just like the state of Virginia. Well, not the state of Virginia, the communist wealth of Virginia. Folks, this is pathetic stuff, man. More respect for people on welfare than they are for people in the hard-working transportation industry. More respect. And it's sickening, in my opinion. It's pure sickening that a person that would sit home on welfare and food stamps would have more right than a truck driver that's sitting out here in this sweltering heat right here that would just try to idle his motor for 4 or 5 hours just so he could stay cool after working all night long. I think it's pathetic, and I don't care one bit to say it too. Thank you for watching my video.